Hello, brethren. This is Pastor BC Tufade. I wanted to provide you an overview of LiveSpring. Pastor Mike had asked me to do a short presentation to our members in House of Glory, the leaders and members, the benefit of what LiveSpring does and how we use it. And of course, how it can also impact individuals and churches as a whole. So please pay attention as we go over this. It's going to be very sweet and very simple to use. I want you to know that the most important thing about this app is your willingness to use it. It is quite very easy. And once you are into it, you just find out that it's not difficult. So I'm going to show you very briefly an overview of what LiveSpring does, how it impacts our church, and the way we use it here in North Carolina, and the way I believe you can also use it in House of Glory. So this is the tutorial, and it's just going to be something I'm going to run over quickly. You can listen to it again at your own pace. The link will be provided so that you can take a look and listen again. All right, let's start by looking at the purpose of LiveSpring. The good thing is it can work on your phone, it can work on your tablet. I have it on my iPad, and also many times I use it on my computer. See, the same login, I can use 3-4 logins on one on different devices, and yet it's still my own account. So it's very, very versatile. All right, so let's see, why do we want to use this? First of all, for personal edification and growth. I consider it as a tool where members of our churches have been able to actually get a whole lot of spiritual edification, and also being able to connect with each other as for fellowship through interactions. Overall, we actually be using it to share media, sermons, and so on and so forth that we feel that will make the church to grow. It's a very safe space for church community. So unlike Facebook, unlike this other one, LiveSpring is both administrative, educational platform, and it also has some values that actually can be used to share things with the church community. It's very easy for leaders to share resources. I've been doing this here in North Carolina very often without having to use a code or get a web designer. I can do a whole lot of it by myself. So it makes the work faster and easier to communicate instead of having to wait for someone to help me design this, upload this and that. Very easy to share all the resources the church needs. And of course, we are also looking at it globally now. Our churches globally, we do not have a way to communicate with each other. We do not have a database up to this moment. So the Vision 127 we are all talking about, we have seen that LiveSpring can actually become a global database to connect our members to the same vision, and thereby it will be easy for our general overseer and all the AGOs to be able to communicate to us. Now, here are some values that I see for everyday use for the church. Easy communication with every member all at once, instead of having to send different resources to different people on different WhatsApp groups. You can do it all in one page. All the church groups are together in order the same space, and so easy for the church to use. To create events, to create appointments, to create pages without codes. The church is able to put a library there where sermons, podcasts, articles, and books can sync together, and the members can have access to them. And also the donations, it has donation page, so people want to give that. It's an extra way for our church to actually receive income. We continue to find ways, the more the merrier, when people have more access to giving platforms, the church benefits. We'll be able to create pages for children department, pages for different groups in the church, pages like for conferences, major conferences we're doing every now and then, It's so easy. We do not need a web designer to come do that for us. We can pull things down, we can remove it, we can update it by ourselves. It also has a social media integration, which means Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, all of that are integrated with LiveSpring. I've used it for broadcast. So just looking at it, the church values, use it for church broadcast right there. On the personal values, you could see the convenience of use. Members can actually be involved in discussion forum, access to all your interest groups. You may belong to 3, 4, 5 groups in the church. You can see all of it in one platform, one page, which is easier really as a member. I don't have to get there, go there, check this and check this group or that group. All of it flows together. I may not be able to tell you all of this detail. You're going to find it yourself as you begin to use it, but I will tell you the basic thing that will make this exciting for you. The educational library is of interest to me as a person. I realized that many members of our church can actually feed on the Word of God. We created on it. We use it to create our Bible reading app. We use it to show all the church calendar for the year. We have been able to show different things, actually, books, materials, blogs, resources, videos, put sermons there. Every week, whatever we have covered on a Sunday, we're able to put it there and members are able to follow. There's language selection right there too, whereby if you do not speak English, a member of the church or parents who do not speak English, they can still read articles and all of that resources on their vernacular language, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo. It's all in LiveSpring. Ability to also do multi-currency. If, for example, a member of the church does not live in the United States, or maybe he travels and working out of the country, he can still give a start in the currencies where he's earning income and still pay to the church. Overall, I consider that this is a really good place for our church to actually network with each other and become friends with one another. So how do you start this? I'm going to start by saying the first thing is you have to register an account. There's no way you can use or benefit from LiveSpring if you do not have an account, personal account. Just like you have WhatsApp, you cannot communicate with anyone on WhatsApp if you don't have a WhatsApp account. But it's very simple. I want to say to you today, don't think it's a big deal. The church is not trying to make our life more difficult. Actually, I think the church is actually trying to make our life easier. In other words, hey, just have this one thing. Everything else, instead of doing this, doing that, sending this email to you, putting this in front of you here and there, we actually can sync this together. By this, we actually can reduce the reason for us to be sending text alert to people every now and then, and also for us to be printing bulletins and so on and so forth, because this then become easy. They can see it on their phone, they can use it on their tablets or their computer. So very simple. So how do you start? If many of you are computer literate, you know what you do. So there are 3 ways you can access LiveSpring. You can access LiveSpring on a web browser, on a computer, or a web browser, or even on your phone, web browser of your iPad. Anything that has a web browser, you can easily see LiveSpring there. So just go to the web browser and type in livespring.org, livespring.org. It will take you to a page where you can register an account. Better still, you actually can download it from the app, from Android app, Google Play Store. Just search for LiveSpring. You can see it there, right there, app, and then you can download it on your Android. If you are an Apple user, it's very simple too. Go to Apple Store, iPhone or iPad. You can have the same as well. Okay, so once you are there, let's say now you have downloaded it, the first thing it's going to ask you is to register. So the registration is very simple and quite easy. So you are able to register in 3 ways. But what we're going to do today is you as a person, we're going to be using it individual. All our churches, the church organizations, we've already registered almost all our churches. So you just need to focus on yourself as an individual. The church uses a different thing. I'm going to focus more on the personal use. And later on, if we have time, we'll talk a little bit about how the organization itself can pitch to the people. So here, as an individual, I'm going to register. So when you click an individual, it asks you to select your username, choose a simple username, no space. Your username should not be long. I usually recommend the initial of your first name and your last name, no space. Very simple. B to Fade, BC to Fade. So I can just say B to Fade, and that's simple, no space. And then your password, create your password, something that you will not forget. What I've seen with many of our members is sometimes they don't remember their password, they forgot. Oh, come on, pick a password that is simple and put it where you can remember. You know, some of the common password you use, you can do similar thing. Repeat the password, select your gender, register as individual. It will ask you for your phone number. If you want, I think phone number is now added to it as a value. So you can put your phone number there as well. Your country, you are in the United States, people outside the country also. So once you've done all of that, you just check here, you agree to the account, and then you say, let's go. Then from there, you put in that same username you created and the password, and then it takes you to a page where it asks you to upload your photo. I will encourage you to use your pictures because we want this to be safe for all the members of the church. So I ask most of our members here, I want to see your face. And it's very helpful too. Some people are new in the church. I get to see their faces. I get to know who they are. And we're able to know one another. So it's difficult when you don't know whose face is behind that, or people do not use their real names. So use your real names and use your picture. And your picture is easily loaded from your phone. Just I'm going to show you how that is done with ease. So once you click that picture, that camera icon, it opens up from your phone. You can upload an image from your phone, and right there you can put that image there, and that becomes the picture, your picture, just like you're seeing now. That's John Doe. Choose that picture, and then it sits there right there. And like I said, use your real name, so that not an alias, so that the pastors, the leaders can know they're dealing with a member of the church. Okay. So once you have done that, the last thing it's going to ask you after you put your name is if you want to follow the users that are already there. You're likely going to see me there. You're going to see so many members of our churches that you know, but you can skip all of that. Just scroll to the lower part of the app, and then it gives you opportunity to just skip this test. Then, and once you do that, it will take you to where your account is set up. So it greets you like here, good evening, Jindo, welcoming you to the app. So the very first thing you want to do once you've created your account is to search for your church. If you do not follow your church, everything your church is doing or sharing, you won't be able to see it. So see the church, your church, as the mother, the organization that is feeding the members. See, a person can have LiveSpring without following their church, but you won't benefit from LiveSpring activities going on from your church. So right here, you just see there's a search button there. You search, the moment you start typing Jubilee, all the Jubilee churches that are here will begin to show up. And we've created it such a way that each pastor's picture shows with the church. So you will know which one you are creating. So for example, the first one you see there, that's my picture. So that is me. Then you see the next one, you see Pastor Mike right there. And that's your pastor, that is House of Glory. So once you click that, it will take you to the church page like you are seeing right here. And then you will see this blue icon. See, that blue icon is asking you to follow your organization. So when you click that, the moment you click that blue icon, it will turn to green. All right, once it becomes green, then you will be able to follow the church. Now, what it does is it will notify the church, and I will teach the administration on a separate note how to handle that. So it tells the administrator of the church that, okay, Jane Doe is wanting to become a member of the church or is trying to follow our church. So LiveSpring has a safety network. In other words, you can set up your church to allow anybody to follow, or you can set up the church to say, no, we need to know that it's only our members that are following us or that are becoming part of our organization. So if you set up the organization like that, then the administrator will need to approve that member to be able to enter, like the door, enter the door. So that is a safety thing right there. And of course, which means if you have to wait a little bit for the administrator to allow you to come in. Anyway, we'll talk more about that with the administrator. So once you have already been accepted, then you will see your account sitting like this. So this is Jendo's account. The organization Jendo is following will be shown up right there. So everything that Jendo needs to be, that will be seen, will be coming from the church. And then, of course, I would suggest that take the icon of LiveSpring, put it in the homepage of your phone where you can see it. It notifies you if there's something that is just sent by the church. You'll be able to see it and you'll be able to follow. All right. With that said, let me just go over a few things again. So what we've covered is how to register. Registration is required if you're going to really benefit from LiveSpring resources. And then once you register, follow the church. And once you are following the church, it's simple. The rest is easy. The rest of the work is going to be done by the church. The administrator is going to be doing different things. All the members are going to do is just going to be enjoying all they are putting in there. So there's really not much, as it were, for you as a member to really do other than just register, follow the church, and then maybe later on you can join the group you belong to in the church. I'm going to show you a practical example of how that is done using my own account. And then I'm going to show you how Pastor Mike's account and your church account will look like. But I'm going to show it to you in demonstration using a web-based design. The one I just showed you is individual who is using a phone to do the registration. So let's say you wanted to do the registration using the computer. I'm just going to be able to do that for you live, right? So please follow me again. So going back to the page again, we're going to see, let me drop this from the, let's stop this one first and go to the live page. So right here, you are looking at my computer here. So if I register here, just as I've showed you earlier on, you click register, see LiveSpring individual, that's what you're going to pick. Your username, your email address, just like I said, your phone number, your password, gender, select country, check this, and then say, let's go. Once you've done that, then you're going to come back to a page where you can actually log in your account, the one you just created. So I created mine. So here I go in. So this is my own page. You can see I'm following quite a lot of organizations. This is mostly for demonstration, as a matter of fact. So here is my church here, Jubilee, North Carolina. This is the school of ministry. See, the good thing is everything that is being done is going to flow into the same page. I also have a lot of friends that are either member of my church here or people that are actually from another ministry that connect with me. This is my personal page. So I have about 217 followers. See, so these are friends in the church and friends outside the church. So this is my personal account. So don't forget, the first thing you're going to do is, once you've created your account, you're going to look for Jubilee. So just type Jubilee. Right there, you see Pastor Mike right there, Jubilee Christian Church, House of Glory, right? So if I click it, he actually showed me, see, I can follow right there, or I can go in first to the page. This is your page, House of Glory, and right there, I can say follow. See, it automatically turns green. That means Jubilee House of Glory did not put a requirement for me to wait to join the church. In other places, it could be a request that someone needs to approve you. So right there, I have followed Jubilee House of Glory. So it was going to show up on my page. You see that on my national list now. You see that this is Jubilee House of Glory. So everything Jubilee House of Glory is going to be sharing in the library, as a member, I'll be able to see. This is just a demo. But then, of course, if I do not want to follow Jubilee House of Glory, then all I do is I will uncheck it, and it's blue again. So it's no longer in my organizational list. All right, so looking at my account, what can I do with my account? From my account, I can go to the library. I can see the different things our church is sharing. I can go in to look at blogs, look at all the articles our church has created and which I believe House of Glory is going to create so many of that. The pastor's messages, Word document, different things that can be of blessings. You can search those by family, marriage, travel, event. Think about a church. This is really educational. I'm thinking of a scenario where we are providing information that will build the lives of the brethren. Say things that will help them, their career, their professions, and things that can help them in educations, business, and travel. And all of this is not really even done by me alone as a pastor. I may have somebody here in the church who is very good at business to give us a business article. I got somebody else to write something on marriage. I got somebody who is very versatile with finances to provide us something on finances, so on and so forth. See, career. So different people could write different articles, and the church members are easily going to be able to see that. Here is the albums, all the pictures of the various things, event activities that our church has done. See, we can put those there and they are all going to be there. See, they never go here. You see 20 pictures of all the pictures during our Mountain Movers conferences, the things we've done. All of that are going to stay there. And with ease, the church can load that without asking a blog developer to do that for us. Audio is one of them. I'm just showing you some of the values, and then I'll tell you how to get here. See, here was the audio podcast. We actually created podcast, gospel, Christian, contemporary, dance, African, family, or podcast. Podcasts are sermons. Some of the sermons I've preached, they are in audio version. Here, the church members can go in there. Start listening to
stopping you from maximizing opportunity. So I'm going to.
So these things they can listen to in their car. You can listen to it when you're in the kitchen, because when pastors preached and you don't have time to sit down with the video, you can actually play the audio and it will play in your car, even if your phone is not on. I mean, rather, if it is not active, you can lower it and you can be looking at GPS and you are still hearing it. So it's really very good. What about books? Books are there as well. As many books that we're going to read this year, I can see them right there on my own page as a member. Don't forget, all you need to do is just open an account and follow your church. That's it. It doesn't need anything. It's not complicated. It's not difficult. The most part of the work is done by the administrator, who makes sure the resources are there, just like a library. We have to build the library for the members to enjoy. See, so you can think of different things that we have here. Even our like I said earlier on, our church calendar, the calendar for 2022. As a member of the church, I can access it. I can see all of the things going on in the calendar without much ado. They are all there. I can see the Bible reading calendar for the year. We were able to load that in there. So these are versatile things any member can do on their phone. You could see that January, February, the Bible reading calendar. These are the things as much as the administration of the church wants to have. They can put all of those things right there in the library. The other thing you can do here is also video, right? You can look at videos, laws of marriage, so on, so many things that you can just click there and you can watch, as long as I am following the church that has those things in the library. All right. The other thing I can do from our account is I can create an appointment. Instead of having to call the pastor and say Pastor Mike needed to talk to you, Pastor Mike. No, I can just go on my own here and just say, I wanted to speak to the pastor. I want to meet the pastor, and I can create the account right here and choose when I wanted to meet the pastor, what time, and so on and so forth. The good thing is the office is going to receive it on the administrative account. I'm just showing you a few things you can do with your LiveSpring personnel. Other thing you can do is all the groups we have in the church. So maybe you're part of the men's fellowship, you're the women's fellowship, all of that. Our church is able to create all of those groups. See, instead of having different WhatsApp group for different things, we don't do that anymore. We're trying to consolidate, even though we still have it more or less, but we are transitioning completely from it over time because we have created it now in one page. So I can see all the church groups in one page, see, and I can select which group I want to belong to. Look at that, young professional already joined that. If I want to be a member of the audiovisual, I can join right here. See, I can join the different group, different department or ministry of the church. See, we have ministry here is for the Jubilee ministers, 15 of us that you could see right there. See, all of the ministers, I can see who they are. I can get to communicate with them, all of them, one by one. See that these are ministers, Jubilee ministers, North Carolina. So all of the church groups, I can see that and I can belong to which group I want to. So whatever communication that's going on in each of those groups, it will just flow into my timeline. I'll be able to, I won't miss any communication because they're going to be flowing into my timeline. The things, if I'm a part of the music ministry, look at that, 23 members in the music ministry, just giving you an example. You see, they design their department the way they want it to look beautiful. You see, LiveSpring is quite user-friendly. It allows you to do a whole lot of things without knowing how to code anything. See, look at all of it. This were all self-designed. Nobody had to do that. And the members were able to communicate with each other. They can chat with each other. They can put song, song they were going to rehearse, song they go to practice. They put their calendar, their monthly calendar. They can put all of that in there. See, so you could see how beneficial for you to see all your groups and join your groups. This is especially good for the church because it allows the members to be able to really know one another and communicate with each other. So here are our leaders. We have some 48 people right there who are part of the leadership. See that? January 822, some of the training we had, I can use that. We can put our programs on that and everybody can see it. It's just like a special library for the leaders. And as a pastor, I can see these leaders, I can see their faces, I can communicate with each of them, I can see what is going on in their lives as part of communication, praying with them and so on and so forth, because I can relate with all of them. So these are the things you can do with LiveSpring. The event of the church, if church has created an event, for example, an event that say, oh, wow, this is really, I want to go to that event. I can look at that event, see the one I created myself, the one the church created. I can look at that event. If it's an event I wanted to go to, I'll just say, yes, I'm coming to that event, and they will send me a reminder of that event. All of these things are done without having you to use Evite. You don't have to use WhatsApp group. You don't have to go to, all of that is not necessary. We have my page on the pages. We have different things on pages. If I go into Jubilee page, Jubilee North Carolina page, just to show you some of the ways we have used it, then we will also look at how Jubilee House of Glory can also use it. Well, let me just give you a few more things on that. All right, so here, what are we able to use that? See, on this, you could see that on our account page, we have our libraries, we have all kind of things. Then we have other things we've done with it, right? We've created what we call pages. This we use for our conferences, our annual conference. We created Jubilee Children's Church communication with. Just think about all these as website. Each of them is like website. So think of you having like 7 mini website, all converging under one major administrative account. That is how easy it is. So if I click Multi-Movers Conference, you see that there, that's our conference. People were able to register for conferences like that. We were able to post all the messages of that Multi-Movers Conference on the same page. You see, that is not going anywhere. At any given time, members say, I wanted to see what happened in the Movers Conference, even of 2020 is still there. 2021 is still there. So these are ways we use that as an example of why I think this is very good. Our Jubilee news and events, things we discuss every now and then, news and events, how we wanted to communicate with people without having to be sending them email and all of that is also there every month, every week. The midweek announcement, we find a way to put it there so members can go in and take a look on their own whenever they want to. So you can create different pages for different things. Like I said, monthly video messages, prayer and good news, JKR Fellowship, all of that, our growth class videos, they are all pages, events, and so on and so forth. All right, let me stop with that for 1 minute. So I wanted to show you in a moment, how do you use the app? So you have seen what the app can do. You have seen the church use, you have seen the personal use, how it can connect the church, how it can feed the church, how it can make the church actually to be in the same space and grow. Time won't permit me, I can't show you all of the things we use it to do because it's a very short time of presentation. But now, so let's say you now have your account and you wanted to say, okay, what are the ways, how do I navigate it? So I'm going to show you a short way of navigation. Let's go over that very briefly. So I'm going to share again the screen for you to see the aspect of navigation. So right here, we'll go back to the PowerPoint. So we've created your account. So there are a few things I want to show you here. So here it is, how it's going to look like on your phone. So all the top, everything you need on LiveSpring is on the top menu. You can see that all these top menu tools, home, search, and so on and so forth. So let's just pick that one by one. Now this one is home. It looks like a house. Wherever you are on the app, if things are slowing down, not working quickly, you go to home. Home is home. It takes you back home where you can reset and start your navigation. Or you see this icon here. This icon is a refresh icon. You can click that and it will refresh and give you back what exactly you were supposed to look at. See, the next one is the search. It looks like magnifying glasses. It is search. Anything you are looking for in LiveSpring, whether you are looking for individuals, you can search for people, you can search for church, you can search for groups, you can search for pages. The moment you know you have the keywords for those, there you'll be able to find that. Here is language selection. Like I said, there's so many languages on LiveSpring. You can select which language you want to read your language, your LiveSpring on. Here is chart. See, that is chart. If you wanted to chart, you see this is there's a number 2 right there. That means I have two charts that are waiting for me. I can chat with people. People can chat with me. I can chat with the church as well. Here, the next one is the notification. See, this one is notification. If there's a message waiting for you, you'll be able to see that. This next 3-bar icon, the utmost right, is very important. I want to show you what it has. It's the 3-bar menu tools. It's a drop down. So once you click it, it will drop the content. So many other things that cannot fit into the phone because of space. LiveSpring fit it in inside a drop down. So when you click that, you can see different things under that drop down, like my pages, your event, my groups, on your settings. Here you can actually change your settings. Maybe you wanted to change your name, you wanted to change your address, you can do all of that. Your country, you can change your country. Design, when you come to the design, you can actually add picture, you can change your background, you can add your social links, you can put different security layers. See, LiveSpring has different security layers. You can change that from time to time, verifications and so on and so forth. That is under setting, right? The next thing there is under that same drop down. Also, you see library, the one I was showing you on the website, is also on the same way under the phone or your iPad or your tablet. So once you drop the library icon, then you see that drop down, you will see all of the features under that. See here, you could see if I wanted to see blogs, I click blogs, it shows me all there's devotion there. I can see only the devotions, but don't forget, all of these are the things our church has put in for members. So LiveSpring is giving you a jar, or let's giving you a structure, but it's the church responsibility to fill it with what content they want their members to see. So everything you are seeing here, they are the content we built, we put in ourselves. But I want to say to you, we didn't use a web developer. I did most of it myself because I just was kind of fascinated with it. My office assistant did some, but then it's very simple to do. All right. So here you see all the other things we're talking about. Here is the language selection, which I was talking about. If you drop this down, see Yoruba is right there. When you select it, it was going to be talking to you in Yoruba. And of course, it's going to be able to read the articles in Yoruba or language you want. Look at all the language selections, Belarus, Bosnia. That's why we wanted to use it for our vision 127, which the General Overseer had mentioned to us, to take the gospel across 100 nations. And we don't speak the languages in those nations. But here, if they select the language, we can communicate with them without actually speaking their language. They can send message to us, and we also can see their message without us having to understand their language. All right, let me show you a very quick one, very briefly. I want to show you your church account. So once you open your account, the first it's going to give you is the LiveSpring tutorial. You can click this, see this arrow to play that video, just like a minute or 2 minutes, I think a minute video, and it just give you a quick navigation of what LiveSpring. If you don't need it, just X out of it, and right there you are now seeing the church. This is Jubilee Atlanta, Jubilee House of Glory. Here is the church profile. See here, you'll be able to have discussion forum. If the pastor wants to discuss a message, he puts in there, and every one of you will be seeing that discussion. Because of time, I won't go over all of this with you. If General Overseer sends something to the church, see Jubilee Global, look at that. That's our General Overseer communicating with Jubilee House of Glory. But you see, if Jubilee House of Glory is not using this material or using this, you'll be missing what the General Overseer has sent to us. So that's why this is important. Look at that. See, these are all the communication from General Overseer. And then this is the communication from Jubilee Christian Church responding to the GO's message. So if all our churches are sharing similar things, do you know what's happening? It's going to become very easy for us to actually share resources and so on and so forth. These are all messages recently from the General Overseer. See, messages, prayers, videos, support, encouragement that he's been sending to us from time to time. And I'm hoping that now that if you begin to use LiveSpring, you're going to be able to see that. So now let's say, let's give an example now. Let's say Pastor Mike now is on LiveSpring. Pastor Mike is on LiveSpring, of course, you know that. So this is Pastor Mike's account, right? And now he gave me access to, so that I can use it to do a demo for you all. So this is Pastor Mike's account. And here, Pastor Mike is following the church himself, right? Then Pastor Mike also belongs to, this is Jubilee Institute, right there. So he's following two organizations, the Jubilee Institute, which is the school right here. So you can see the school as well. You can see all of the classes. You can see all the members. See, this is the associate class. You can see all of the things going on there. See, it doesn't have to do anything different because everything is, you know, are combined together with ease. So you can see, now look can see that the posting from the Jubilee Institute, you can see it right there. If I am a student of Jubilee Institute, all the videos, the teachings, they are all showing up right there. You can see that, okay? So if there's anything that is coming from Jubilee House of Glory, it will flow right into this. So let's do a quick demo here. So this is Jubilee House of Glory page. You will notice it has a green border, while Pastor Mike's page has a pink border. See, the pink one is the individual account, while the green one is the church account. See, it's different, administrative account. So right there, you can see anything, because I visited your profile, the church profile. See, the LiveSpring captured what exactly was going on. You see, so you can see that it's like I went to your website page and you're able to capture that, oh, somebody visited our website page. That is how versatile it is. And you can see what is going on around you. It gives you notification. So let's say here, this is the church House of Glory, and Pastor Mike wanted to say, okay, everybody remember to join the 36-hour prayers. Let's say that is the message Pastor Mike wants everybody in the church to receive. So he typed it in. He could do this anywhere, in Nigeria, in Africa, anywhere he is. He can do it on his phone. He can do it on his computer. He can do it on his iPad. It will work the same way. So you just go in here and say, okay, I wanted to put a color code around that message. So you pick red, right? Or let's say changes to green, right? Or changes to blue, whatever he wants. And then just a share. So that message is shared with everyone who is a member of Jubilee House of Glory. Right now, you only have 18 followers. So that means many of you did not sign up for LiveSpring and you are not following your church. So whatever Pastor Mike sent here, you are not going to be able to see it because you were not connected. So only the people here, see, in fact, there are people who are not members of your church who are benefiting. If Pastor Mike sent anything right now, they will benefit from what Pastor Mike is saying because they are following your church. But then, of course, they don't have to. If we don't want them to, we can eliminate them if we don't want to. But for now, they are members of Jubilee and they want to benefit from the teaching of Pastor Mike. So he can just send something to them and everybody can see it, right? So that is the benefit of that. If we post something in the library, there's nothing in your library that I'm aware of. So if there's something in your audio, the same way, every member will be able to access it and get that message. So Pastor Mike just sent this message, everybody to join the 36-hour prayer. So think of it like a text alert. Now let's look at Pastor Mike's personal account. This will be like his phone or like it's an iPad. You see right there, there's a notification, view one new post, view one new post. And right there, you see a number 1 right there saying there's a message waiting for him. So if he clicks it, right there, everybody to join the 36-hour prayer. So all the Jubilee members, House of Glory, will receive this message. So let's say there's a closing, there's a reminder. Whatever that is, it's just as easy as you can think of. Because of time, I'm not going to go beyond that. The same way you can create event, you can do, like I said, appointment, you can do different things, groups. You can create groups right here. All the church groups that we have in the church, we can use this to create all the church groups, and you will see all the groups of the church in one page, and so on and so forth. So I trust that as Jubilee House of Glory begins to explore this, it's going to be very good fun. It's all about every member say, oh, we want to do this. We want to make this useful. This is going to help us as a church to grow. It's also going to connect us with the Jubilee Global Church. Then we all should be in compliance. Our church here, we tried, as right now, we're close to about 300 people who say, yes, Pastor, I want to be there, not counting children now. These 300 adults who had said yes, that they wanted to be using this app and connecting with whatever we're doing in the church. Octogenarians are 80-year-old are using it, 75-year-old are using it, teenagers are using it. And it's such versatile. The same thing, giving is very easy. You can go in here and give to the church. Let me give you one more example, then I will close this for question. So let's say I go to my own account. I'm able to show my account because it's already populated. So it's easy for me to do a demo of that with you. So from my own account, I can go here. So, okay, I wanted to give to our church. All I do is I just click our church here on my own personal account on my phone, and then I can just click here to donate. That's it. See, all of the different donations are all there. I can give whatever I wanted to give to the church, $10. And once I do that, I just say donate right now. Now, the good thing is I do not need to have, if you have a PayPal account, great. But if you don't have a PayPal account, no problem. You can just pay with your debit card or credit card, and the church will get that giving, even if you are out of the country. So this is part of what you can use your LiveSpring account to do. Time, of course, won't allow us to show you more than this, but I want to say, as the church creates the opportunity and creates tutorial, what we did here in North Carolina is we created tutorial where all the members, once they sign into the account, we encourage them every Sunday evening, we have 1 hour tutorial. And then after church, when they were leaving church, if anybody have a challenge with it, we help them set it up. We help them rectify whatever their questions are. And I think it's working. I want to encourage you, Jubilee House of Glory, you can do it. and more so because it's going to connect all of us together. There's one thing I would have loved to show you, the book we're reading for the year. You may be aware that Jubilee Global is going to be reading a book for the whole year. And fortunately enough, it's going to be on our LiveSpring account. So that is something that will make it easy for us to actually download books and read books and so on and so forth right on our LiveSpring account. And those resources are only going to be available through the global account. And if you do not have LiveSpring, you're going to be missing out on that. All right, I think I will stop here and thank you again for listening. Through your leadership, other content will be shared. Some of these videos, we've done a lot of videos. I will make some of those videos available, and your IT might actually share those videos. You can listen to them, and you can see it's a very versatile app. Thank you for listening, and God bless you.